Hello, Chris Guthrie again here, and in this video we'll be covering how to get sales of your product on Amazon.com. Alright, now one thing before we get to that is going to cover the Seller Central account creation process. So I mentioned this before, but Seller Central is where you actually log into Amazon to be able to control the products that you sell there. And so you do need a professional account to do that. It's a free account for the first month. After that it's $40 a month. But in pretty much the very first 30 days, I recouped the cost of my subscription, and because you need it to be able to sell on Amazon, it's something you have to pay for. So you go to Seller Central, you can just Google that, and then select the professional account option. You can't do it as an individual. So do the Seller Professional, the professional one, and then sign up. Now, another thing to mention is that don't let the idea of picking your company name or any of those other types of things that they say when you do this kind of holds you up, because you don't want to let something slow you down in this process. You want to be able to keep taking actionable steps towards your ultimate goal, which is to get something up and selling on Amazon. Now, one other thing to keep in mind for your Seller Central account as you're thinking about these products is that some categories require approval. So these categories are actually likely to change over time. So for the interest in making it easy for you to find these, I actually posted a link next to this video where you can see the various category restrictions. Now, these aren't impossible to get around. In fact, everyone that I know that's people that are in our mastermind group or others are able to get into the categories that they want to. There are ways around them. So don't worry so much about that. If they're one of the categories you want to sell in has some extra hoops to jump through, it just means it's that much more difficult for others to compete as well. All right, so once you've created your Seller Central account, you're going to go ahead and create a new listing. And this process, again, is really straightforward. So straightforward, in fact, that I'd rather just talk about specific strategies that you can use for selling on Amazon. But inside your Amazon Seller Central account, you log in and you scroll on down and you select the Create a New Product button. So it's basically just log into Seller Central. It's under the Inventory tab, and then click Add a Product. And then because you're selling a product that's of your own brand and it's something completely unique and that other people can't sell your brand, you're going to pick the option of Create a New Product. So how do you actually get sales? Well, the thing you want to do most is focus on your product listing. This is what's going to give you the biggest wins. Let me describe. 4 elements of a product listing are product title, images, bullet points, and the product description. Now there's some other things too, like special offers and other types of elements as well, but these are the 4 big ones. And we're going to discuss these in more detail as we go. Now remember, and keep this in mind as you're going through this process, is that Amazon rewards products that convert. So it doesn't matter what you do off Amazon to drive traffic to your listing if once people get there, they don't buy your product. So monitoring your conversion rate, which is very easily accessible inside your Seller Central Business Reports tab, which is only relevant once you're up and selling on Amazon, so I won't really get into too much detail, but you've got to monitor that number and then tweak and test different types of elements to see what will help you get more sales. All right, so starting with the product title, let me give you an example. We've been talking about this barbecue grill brush for quite some time, but this is the actual title on Amazon for this product. Just Libman long handle barbecue brush. Now, if you look at some of the other products I found, they're using much more detailed, keyword-heavy titles, then also talk about the benefits and features of the product as well. For example, grill brush that's 18 inches, it's heavy duty, it's stainless steel, the bristles are far more durable than brass, so it's already talking about how the stainless steel is better than brass. It's safe for porcelain and enamel grates. So again, this is a customer research type component where you want to see probably that some grill brushes can affect those types of grates, and so you want to make sure you find one that wouldn't. They're giving a free bonus ebook. They've got a long wire handle, and then they also talk about the 1-year guarantee and some other things as well. Another product I found as well, again, they're talking about 100% stainless steel, 3-sided barbecue grilling brush. They talk about where it can work on your Weber charcoal, gas, electric, or infrared outdoor barbecue. Now, when they mention Weber, they're actually going to do that because they're trying to get some rankings for the keyword of Weber, actually, because that can help them a little bit. They talk about it being heavy duty, all stainless steel handle, and easy to clean. and of course also, again, a 1-year guarantee. So when you do these titles, you want to think about how you can describe your product that teaches people about it, but then also handles some of the objections they might have, and also helps to explain why they should buy yours over something else, right? So these different types of features and descriptions that they've used in these titles really help to do that. All right, moving on to images. Now, this is something where you really should get professional images. The first time I did my images, I had a friend do it, and they were pretty good, but I actually didn't really give him very much guidelines as to how he should do the images. Now, Amazon actually has various image description or image requirements rather, and they require you to do certain types of amount of white background. There are other certain types of things that you can and can't do, so keep those in mind. But you do really want to have professional images done, because the professional images are going to help sell your product, right? If you look at someone that's done images of a product and it looks like it was taken from a low quality cell phone camera versus someone that has models, or at least someone that looks like they know what they're doing with the product, and then they're modeling it, and someone's done a really good job with using a nice higher quality camera, then that's just going to convey a higher sense of professionalism for that product versus one that's using the lower quality images. So it's really something that you want to get right, because if you don't, then you're going to have more problems with getting a higher conversion rate. Another thing to keep in mind too is that Amazon actually offers a lot of different images that you can upload. Now, you want to make sure you take advantage of all of those. Frequently, you'll find listings where they just have simply one image that they're using. So make sure you do all the images that are available. And of course, if you are struggling to figure out, how you can get your images done, look for friends on Facebook, right? If you have friends that are in the area, then they're more than likely you're going to have at least one person that has a high quality DSLR camera, and ask them to come out and help you out, and then offer to take them to lunch afterwards. That's basically what I did for a friend of mine that has a high quality camera, and it worked out pretty well. If you don't have that, then you can also, of course, always hire someone. Now, the images that you do use, you want to go after something that will show the product in use. So if, for example, it's a barbecue grill brush, then you want to be able to show it the image of the grill brush going across the grate, right? So you can see that it's in use. You want to see how they can slide it between the grates, so you can see that, okay, it can get down to the grate and get the food particles and all that out of those. And then you might want to show that how it's being easily washed with hot water or something. And then also, of course, just a simple product shot that shows the actual product with the white background. Again, that's something that you need to have for your primary image, because that's a requirement that Amazon has. But the idea, again, of course, is to just show your product in use. The other thing, too, is to show the features that matter to buyers. So if, again, going back to this example, we're talking about getting in between the grill plates, and that being a harder to get to spot to scrape food and other types of things that stick to the barbecue, then that will be one way to do that. If you can show that your grill brush is able to do that better than others. And then, of course, the other strategy too is that you can simply look to see what your top competitors are doing, right? What are the top competitors doing, and how can you mimic what they've done, or better yet, take what they've done and then improve upon it? There might be some elements with their images that they've done that you think can be better, and you can then incorporate that into what you do. Now, next we come to the bullet points. So again, using that same Liebman long handle example, you can see they've talked about the barbecue grill brush. It's a grooved handle with a hanger hook, steel scraper, 100 tufts of 3/4 inch brass wire, ergonomically designed. The 100 tufts of 3/4 inch brass wire, does that really even tell you that much about the product, or that it can really help you, right? It's got a steel scraper, so these bullet points aren't really that good, and they're not very descriptive either, versus something that you see here, which is another one of these higher selling products that someone's private labeling and selling. They're talking about the free delivery when you buy 2 grill brushes, the 1-year 100% money back guarantee. They talk about how it's safe for all grill types. So again, if someone's looking at the listing and they're thinking, well, will this grill brush work for my specific barbecue grill? Well, there you go. That's your answer. Now, what about the fact that I've tried other grill brushes and they all seem to fall apart or not work, or they have the metal bristles fall out of them after time. Well, you've got another thing that overcomes that objective with the heavy-duty, long-lasting barbecue tool. And then, of course, they talk about the optimal handle length. That will help to address people that have had issues with maybe being burnt or being able to reach the back of their grill without getting too hot. These, again, are all about overcoming objections that people have to purchasing the product. Another good example here, they're talking about grease-free grates all year round, 18-inch long solid oak handle, cleans all corners of the grill, even while it's hot. It's high quality, long-lasting brass bristles. Unique T-brush design allows you to get in all the nooks and crannies, leave no dirt unturned. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click the Add to Cart button. Right, so you can see the difference between these bullet points and the ones that some of the typical branded products that are sold could do if they were able to try and better optimize their listing. And then finally, the product description. Now, this is a really funny one, right? This is again, the same Liebman long handle barbecue grill brush. This is literally all they say. Red handled, extra tough brass fibers with steel scraper. Does that really make you want to buy this grill brush? No, of course not. Now, if you were thinking about what you wanted to say in your product description, this is going to be the furthest thing down the page that people see before they buy. So you're going to want to talk about, again, reinforce some of the features that your product can do. You can talk about the warranty. You can talk about the quality of the product. And again, you can use what your competition is doing to your advantage. You can see what they're doing and then tweak what they're doing to try some different type of unique angle. So product description, I won't go through an entire list of all the descriptions of these other ones that we found. Quite frankly, copywriting is something completely outside the scope of the course that we've got created for you here, because we're primarily focused on selling on Amazon and teaching you about the process that you need to go through to do it. But if you wanted to do some more research into copywriting, that's basically what this is, right? You're looking at a way to get people to buy something that they might already be looking for, but you want to make sure that they buy what you are offering versus what someone else is. So what if you're not really sure, what should you write? Well, how do you come up with keywords for your title or your bullet points or your description? Well, fortunately, we actually have a tool included with AmaSuite that helps you with that. So that's Azon Keyword Generator, because what this will do is actually helps determine what people are actually already searching for. So let me go ahead and pull up this tool here so I can show you how you can use it to do this as well. All right, so you run the tool here, and I've already put a few keywords in here, but basically you just put in various types of keywords related to what it is you'd like to sell. And what this will do is each time it goes to Amazon, it's looking for grill brush, and then it goes through the numbers, and then it also goes through the alphabet, and then finds every other keyword that has another word after this. So the shorter the number of keywords, the more likely you're going to get more and more results. So this is what you can do very, very quickly. Again, you pick the Amazon site, hit go, and it's going to go ahead and go out and find a bunch. So these are keywords that are pulled up during Amazon's Search Suggest. So when you go to Amazon and you type something in and it starts to suggest something to you, these are the keywords that are being suggested. So I'll wait a little bit longer for this to finish off, but you can see from this first list initially we've got grill brush 18, grill brush 12, grill brush 21, because these are again referencing the length of the grill brush. They're also seeing grill brush and scraper, grill brush and scrubber, grill brush brass, bamboo, best, battery, brass, bristles, cleaner, all these different types of keywords. So these are then keywords that you could include in your description while you're writing it. And they're also keywords you can use in your bullet points and in your titles. So this is how you're able to go after keywords that you know people are already searching for on Amazon, which is very, very important to being able to get up a listing that helps and sells very well. So let me just scroll down through a few of these here, but you can see I've got a bunch of different types of grill brush related keywords. Some aren't entirely related, of course, but there are a lot that are. And this is just a handful of keywords. I could, of course, put a lot more into here. But the idea is that you can use this keyword tool to come up with keywords that people are searching for on Amazon. That really is the key. Because otherwise, if you're using some other type of tool to find keywords, you're not really certain that people are actually searching for those on Amazon. When Amazon does a search suggest for a keyword, you know that it's searched enough that they've gone through the effort of making it be something that appears when people start typing. So keep that in mind as you go about your product listing creation for your titles, your bullet points, and also your description. Now, the other thing that you can actually use this for is for sponsored ad campaign, but we'll talk about that here in a bit. Now, I touched on this before, but if you're still not sure about your listing, go ahead and go out and try writing your listing yourself first. Get some baseline conversion data, and then once you see how your listing is converting at now, then you can go out and maybe hire a copywriter that specifically knows how to do Amazon listings. And so that way too, you can see how you compare it to what then they are able to do, and you can then justify the cost, or you can find out, hey, you might be a pretty good copywriter yourself if your conversion rate is very similar. So how do you actually get sales? Now, in lower competition areas, you can actually get sales as simply as launching your product at a competitive price. That's, for example, a product with a very low margin to start, and then get initial reviews, and then the reviews then help drive sales, and then you can slowly raise your price. So this strategy can work with lower competition products, but higher competition products are going to take more of an effort. So either way, let's discuss some of this primary sales driving strategies that you can employ to get the most sales possible. So we've already talked about the main component of driving sales, which is to say your product listing. So the title, the bullet points, the keywords they're used, the images, and everything else like that. But you can also do other strategies to drive traffic also from within the Amazon marketplace. So the way you do that is through sponsored ads. So inside your Amazon Seller Central account, you go up to the campaign manager, and you can do a ad campaign, and you can select a daily budget, and then you can also select manual or automatic targeting. Now, I recommend manual targeting because the automatic targeting that you can do, most of the keywords that I've seen don't really work as well from both the people that have been talking in our mastermind group, and then also what I've just heard from other people saying. And with manual targeting, you're able to actually find out which keywords are being searched for, use those keywords to be in your ads, and then do that instead. I mean, that's again exactly how you can use Azon Keyword Generator. So I mentioned that before, but you can run Azon Keyword Generator and then find out which keywords you can use for your listing. Now, the nice thing about Amazon Sponsor Ad Campaign, depending on how you look at it, is that there actually is nothing you need to do after you set your daily budget and pick your keywords. Amazon actually just makes these ads automatically. Those are the ads that show up in the product description area below where they say sponsored ad results, and that's how those show up. So it's a very simple thing for you to do, and I do recommend having at least a small daily budget because there is some evidence that having an Amazon sponsored ad campaign can help with your keyword rankings. All right, so the other main component would be driving traffic to your listing page using strategies off of Amazon. So one strategy would be to find blogs or websites in your niche and then offer them an exclusive promo code to promote your products. So one of the best ways you could do this is you could look for, in this case, barbecue related blogs. Reach out to them, and if you actually have the best barbecue grill brush, then you can say that. And you can say, hey, we've got a really great barbecue grill brush. Would you like to check it out? I'll send you over a version of it for free. And then let me know what you think, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. You don't want to pitch someone initially. You just want to offer them something for free to start, and then after that, you can ask for a favor. So you could say, hey, hopefully you enjoyed the grill brush. We can also set up an exclusive promo code just for your audience if you'd like to do that. And then they can help drive some sales for you that way. Another strategy would be to create your own YouTube channel. So this is something you should do anyways eventually. And what you would do is you want to be able to do demo videos of your product. So basically you can do an unboxing, showing people what they'll get when they buy it on Amazon.com. You can also show how the product works, if it needs to be described visually. But in this way, it helps to serve the people that are searching for your product and that are more in-depth in their research, looking to see exactly what it is they're going to buy before they buy it. If you have videos done like this, then they can very well help drive sales for you. Third would be creating promo codes and then driving traffic to those pages. Now, there's actually a lot of different ways to do that, but the most popular method by far is using a Facebook campaign driven to an email opt-in page and then a promo code that they're given after that. So the idea is that you're sending people from Facebook to an email opt-in, so you're building your email list, and then you're also adding a barrier between them and the promo code that they get. And so you can do an ad very simply like, buy this product on Amazon for $1. And then you can target people that are interested in your specific product and run that ad in the newsfeed area. And then people click that, they'll go to your page, opt in, and use a promo code as well. Another strategy is using your product on deal sites. So if you actually have a really good deal for your product, and again, this is something that you can do during your initial launch phase, you might want to do a discount so that you can drive more sales initially, which can then help get reviews. But you want to go and get your product onto deal sites if you're doing that. Another strategy, and it sounds crazy, but using press releases actually is very effective as well for both traffic and backlinks, which can help your Amazon listing. I personally haven't used it myself, but again, people in our mastermind group have used it and they've done pretty well with it. Number 6, leverage social media platforms that best fit your audience. So what does that mean? Well, different types of users might be more attracted to your products on different types of platforms based on the demographics of that platform. So for example, a barbecue grill brush might be more interesting to people on Pinterest or Facebook than on Twitter. And this is something that you can test again for yourself just to see which one works best for you. But if you can find ways to interact with an audience that might be interested in purchasing your product, being able to give out free copies to, again, people that are influencers on social media, that might be another way to drive traffic back to your listing as well. And ultimately, you want to find anyone with a platform, that is to say an audience or an email list or a blog or whatever, and find a win-win scenario where they can promote your product and then you can offer them something in return, whether it's payment or something else. Another strategy would be to actually build a website for your brand of products. Now, we touched on this a bit with the YouTube channel, but you do want to have a website because, again, some people are actually going to research the website, especially if you say you have a lifetime warranty. If you have a lifetime warranty and you're advertising it and you don't even have a website up, then they might be wondering, well, I don't even know if I can get a warranty if something goes wrong with this product because there's no website here. So you really do want to build a website for your brand of products. Now, this isn't something I recommend you to do until after your listing is actually up. Usually when you order your product, you're going to have a few weeks or so to where you're just waiting, right? It's being produced in China, for example, or in the US, and you have a lead time before you actually will get the product into the US. And so during that time, you can build a website or do some of these other types of strategies. But once you're up and selling, don't let these other types of strategies distract you from focusing on the main thing, which is your Amazon listing and the on Amazon stuff you can do. Another option, number 9, would be to build your email list. So if you build an email list, you can then control that traffic source and use it to drive traffic to your listings. So every now and then you could do discount promos for various types of holidays. So you can say Mother's Day discount or Father's Day discount. If you're coming out with a new product, you can offer a promo code when people buy it at a discount. And if they're fans enough of yours to sign up for your email list, then they're also more likely to then want to write a review for you. But we'll talk about reviews and such later. And number 10, you can again analyze what your competition is doing to drive outside traffic as well. So you can look up their brand name, their product name, and then look around on Google to see what they're doing to try and drive traffic. And finally, you just want to test really any traffic method that you see that's being used for other different types of business models. Say it's a website, an affiliate website, or a niche website, authority website, whatever. If they've talked about a traffic method that worked very well for them, whether it's forums or Reddit or something like that, just try it. It might be something that can work for you. After saying all these off Amazon traffic strategies, it might surprise you to say that I actually haven't even done much of them at all, because I've actually been able to get some success just using the on Amazon stuff, and also by just going after products that aren't as high competition. If you have a higher competition product, there's going to be more effort on your part to drive sales and to get up into various rankings and continue to hold those rankings. But my strategy has been to just go after lower competition products so that it's not as difficult to succeed with them. So these outside traffic strategies are things that I'm planning to personally do as I start to grow and add more and more products to my business. But so far, I haven't even really done much with them. Now, there's no way I could close out this module without talking about reviews, because reviews are so incredibly important to helping you drive sales. That's why I have an entire module focused on it, which we'll talk about next. But in review, your biggest wins really will come from focusing on your product listing, your product title, your images, your bullet points, your description, and then, of course, monitoring and improving your conversion rate. I said it before, but I haven't even really done very much with off Amazon traffic. It's something I should be doing. I should be trying to do it, but I've been having success, and I've just focused my efforts on other areas, other businesses. Ultimately, outside traffic is a bonus. If you are going after higher competition products, then you are going to want to try and explore some of the strategies that I shared before, and those are ones that I know are working and have worked for other people. But if you're doing lower competition, you might want to just focus your efforts on doing the best possible job you can on your product listing and everything you can do on Amazon to drive traffic. So I'll see you in the next video where we'll be talking about getting reviews.